So you've been working hard. You've installed this IDE tool, an integrated development environment. Then you went and installed the Java language, JDK. Then you went and installed some plugins, Codemium and JGrasp. So it's time to have some fun with all this. What was all this work for? So today you become a programmer, right? Today we write our first program with Java. Let's get ready. So you're going to open up IntelliJ, and where it says projects, let's say new project. I'm going to give it the title CS111. Make sure I have enough ones there. Homework 1. Oops, okay. Make sure Java's checked, IntelliJ's checked. I don't want to have sample code. Well, you know what am I saying? Let's go ahead and add sample code. Okay, and create it. There you go. That's not too impressive yet, is it? If you look over here, it says source, meaning the source code. Great movie by Jake Gyllenhaal. You guys, I'm plugging it every video I have here because I really liked it. Go back and find that, dig that one out. Here's main. And if we double click on main, it's written automatically for us. IntelliJ has written this little program. It's kind of weird, right? Public, static, void, like what crazy words. And then it says system.out.print. I don't know. I'm guessing it's going to print hello world, but let's take a look. We're going to go to the green arrow and say run it. And there it is. That's what it did. It printed the words that were in double quotes here on the bottom of the screen. Okay, first Java program. It's a classic program. Everyone's forced to write this. But we'd like to do something a little fancier, and this is formatted a little weird, and let's use the AI to help us. So we're going to go over to the side here and click on Codemium chat. I'm going to get a new chat. If you're not logged in, you're going to click down here on these little dots on the bottom where it says Codemium, and you're going to log in. Okay. So the first thing we have to do is called prompt engineering. We have to explain to the AI who we want it to behave like. You are a kind and gentle Java teacher. You are always very encouraging. You use a lot of comments in your code. You name every program name. Capital N. That's important because that's how IntelliJ works. See how it automatically called it main? So we want to sync them up. Okay. For each program, please test with a typical input and show me the output produced. Boom. Something like that. As you get more used to this, you can customize this prompt much more to your taste. And it says, could you provide me with the code you'd like me to test? Yeah, well, let's just write a program together. Write a program that would be a good first example of Java for a new programmer. Let's just say that, see what it writes. Oh, well, what do you know? It wrote hello world, just like we thought, because that's what everybody does. You know what, I don't like these braces seem to go together, right? If you have a left-hand one, you have a right-hand one. A left-hand one, you have a right-hand one. I like it a little better if they're lined up. Could you always align the braces? Oh yeah, I'll do that for you. Now they're lined up. I like that better. So let's copy that code. Okay, let's highlight everything over here and we'll hit Control V for paste. So now the code that was automatically written for us is sitting over here. If we run it, there it goes, still works. But it's lined up a little better. I like it a little nicer. So now we've got a computer writing the program code that a computer is running. Let's do a little more of the homework. On the next level, we said, could you write a program that asks me my name and then says hello to me? Oh yeah, there it is, done. And so for example, it's going to say enter your name. We're going to type something and it's going to say hello to that person. Let's copy that code. Highlight all of this, Control V. And let's make sure it works. So it says enter your name. I'm going to say Kendall Elizabeth Martin. And it says hello, Kendall Elizabeth Martin. So now we have a program that's reading from the keyboard and writing to the screen. This is the structure of all programs, right? They input data, they do something to it. This just adds hello in the beginning, and then they output data. So this is a really good beginning. You notice there are things in here we haven't talked about. So there's something called scanner, there's something called string, there's something called system, right? And if you hover, if you just have your mouse sit over there, it says, yeah. There's a thing called scanner. It lives in this location. And up here it said import, bring it in from that location. And what it does is it scans things into your program. All right, so it might scan them from a file, it might scan them from the keyboard, it might scan them from another computer location on the internet. It scans things in and puts them into your program. So we'll be building up our skills on this, but we can go quickly because of Codemium. So Codemium is pretty smart, right? Let's try another one. Let's say, can you change that program so that it speaks to me in German? It's just a random thing to see how smart Codemium is. It says, oh yeah, I can. Here. Now what it's going to say is, geben Sie Ihren Namen ein. Hallo, John. And remember, we just copy the code, highlight all of this, and paste in the new code. Oops, I copied the wrong thing, sorry. Copy this code, highlight all of this. That wouldn't work. There we go. And now if we run it, there it is speaking to us in German. My name is still Kendall. And there it is. You know, I wonder if it knows Korean. Could you change this program so it speaks in Korean? Nope. We'll have to have one of our friends who speaks Korean to help us. But it looks like it did. Let me copy the code, drop it in here with a Control V. And there it is using Korean alphabet, which is a different character set, right, than what we have. But there's something in Java called there's something in the computer world called Unicode. And if we say, like, how did you get those Korean characters in there? It says, oh, you have to use something called UTF-8, okay? And so it codes in UTF-8, and that's how this magic happened. Say, okay, let's just say, could you add a comment on every line of that program? And let's copy this one and paste it in. Say, oh, look what it's done now. So now, at the end of each line, it puts this // which seems to mean to the compiler, to the Java interpreter, stop reading. This isn't for your eyes. This is for humans. So it says, all right, I'm going to create this scanner thing to read the user input. Then I'm going to prompt the user to enter their name in Korean. Next line, line 7, says read the user input and store it in a variable called name. And then it says print the greeting message in Korean. And of course, if we run this, happily, it's still chugging right along. And I'll say Liz this time, and there it is. Okay. So I hope this has intrigued you, and I hope this has you thinking about the possibilities. And after you get all of the screenshots taken of these basic pieces for your homework, I hope you push on and explore and see just how much Codemium AI can do for you, all right? Because we're going to be using it all semester, and we're going to be revealing a lot of power in what this free tool can do to help you learn Java quickly. Thanks for joining me on the adventure here.